Hey everyone, and welcome to a new fabulous week that we're going to be going through here as we check out the transits, right? So what we're getting here is it's going to start off quite creatively, spiritually too, here Sunday, Monday, as the moon is still in Pisces, right? What that does is it makes Sunday and Monday, well, at least to 3 a.m. in the morning, somewhat more of an emotional time. Which Pisces is, ruled by Neptune. We're all going to feel that creative energy that follows along with Pisces. It also allows all of us to deepen down our emotions. So there might be things today that we might just think, feel, remember, recall, especially since Venus is still retrograde. We might go back over the past, to past relationships or situations, right? But we might also just be brainstorming a lot as far as where we're heading and what we're wanting to do in our day-to-day creative world. Now, as we come in, like I said, 3 a.m. in the morning here on Monday, the moon will be in the sign of Aries. And what that will do is allow us to really forge ahead and start taking action on maybe some of those creative thoughts. But it's also giving us a lot of fire emotionally, right? Remember, the moon always triggers our emotions, our reactions, and so forth. So we might just find that we're prompted to react a little bit with a shorter, not necessarily temper, but with a shorter fuse, right? We're more immediate in our reactions. And that can be a good thing. We're quick thinking, we're on our feet, we're ready to step forward, step out with whatever it is that we've been processing this whole entire last week. Because whenever the moon is in Aries, it's a new lunar cycle for the whole month, right? So we're apt to start off new projects. And when we do, we want action. We want to see action. And so expect a busy Monday and Tuesday when it comes to these matters. Wednesday morning, the moon will shift into the sign of Taurus, and that will follow us to the afternoon of Friday. And Taurus helps us to really look at money matters, but also relationships too, right? But since Taurus is ruled by Venus. So the moon passing through this sign will trigger both those things of relationships and money, how we're spending our money. We might want to go out and splurge, right? Or some of us might want to put some money aside, but this is the moon's reaction. We want the good stuff in life. We want great food. We might find ourselves cooking something extra delicious, right? And just enjoying our time there also with friends in a very Taurian way. We want to feel settled. We want to feel grounded. We want to feel tranquil and at balance. And that just spurs us to the end of the week with the moon then passing through Gemini. And that's a chatty time, guys. It's when we're extra social. We're out and about, we're talking, we're sharing, we're informative, we're looking for answers. And so expect a very social weekend for most of us, carrying us to the 28th there. Now, let's look at the aspects throughout the week and what that is going to be bringing us. We've now just gone through the moon, and the moon, of course, is always our reactions and our responses to the world around us. Now, we do have Venus still retrograde. We've been talking about that for the last couple of weeks, right? And right now, it's carrying in a signature of a slight opposition there to Uranus. So we're kind of looking at things that can happen out of the blue. Especially, everyone, listen to this when it comes to our relationships. There could be new things forming, which we could always see under a Venus-Uranus aspect. People can pop up when we're least looking for it. You know, that can turn into relationships. But let me tell you, too, there could also be breakups. And that could also come out of the blue. Whenever Uranus is involved, we just never know before we know. And we just don't see it coming. And so that can be a shock factor. And think about the signature of Uranus is always the unexpected. It could be, another key word is shock, in fact, right? And so what this could do is just bring a lot of questions about how could this happen, right? It could also be money loss. Venus rules that as well. But emotionally, it's really going to dig deep. It's going to take that stab, because why? Venus is in the sign of Scorpio, so we're going to feel those emotions even deeper. Now, I'm not sending a fear factor across the wire here. That doesn't mean that solid relationships necessarily are going to fall apart, but they could be challenged. No kidding, right? Now let me paint this picture just even a little bit clearer for you guys, and that is because the sun is coming up into a opposition to Uranus as well. And this will be exact on the 23rd, which is Tuesday. So expect the unexpected. It could be communications, whatever this might be. The moon node is 90 degrees, so it's kind of sandwiched straight smack between the sun and Uranus. And what that does, it means that anything karmic can come to surface right now, with the sun being not just in opposition to Uranus, but also with the moon node being sandwiched smack between the two of them. So expect there could be some karmic situations that may be needed to be dealt with this week. And I would say that too could be felt anytime here, just over these next couple of days. So bring that from here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can still feel it probably there the whole week. Thursday, Friday, it's pretty much still in action, all right? So when we say expect the unexpected, it can come from anywhere. And it depends, of course, guys, where you have your planets in your own natal chart, which, of course, I can't see from here. These are the aspects that are going to hit all of us. It's the transits with the planets in the sky per today. So depending on your sun sign and depending on your own personal chart, we can't really see where this is going to be affecting you. But what I can say, though, those signs that are going to be mostly affected by this are those of you born in the very last couple of days of Libra, first couple of days of Scorpio. Same goes for you, Aries, who are born in the very last days of your sign, and first couple of days of those of you, Taurus. You guys are going to be tied into this opposition, and you're going to be feeling it the most. And it will linger there for a couple of days. So I would say this whole week might be a little interesting for all of you. And then we have Aquarians and also Leos will be feeling it. And this is because you're at the midpoints. You have the hard angle square that is going to be touching upon your signs. And those of you, of course, very late Capricorn and late Cancerians. So pay attention, and I want you to comment below. Come back and let me know what's going on in your life, what you have come to experience as far as the challenge, this out of the blue experience, money or relationships this week, okay? Let's all pay attention. The rest of you guys, you're not too much affected by it in the same way, but this is definitely going to be a relationship and a money week. And we will read your comments, right? And I will also hopefully be able to bring up some of those comments and discuss it in the next week's reading. So feel free to do so. Now, on Wednesday, I feel that whatever went down the first few days, we have a situation where I see talks are coming about. Those talks, I feel, are good. Why? Because they seem to be very genuine, okay? It's really you wanting to, not just you, but the circumstance, the universe itself, really wants to work through and solidify to create something that now is genuine when it comes to your emotions and how you could structure, how you can rebuild. For those of you who have been on a little bit of a bumpy road in your relationships, well, I feel this could be a good time to look at what needs to be changed. Sometimes we want to separate or divorce ourselves from a situation, should I say a person, whereas in all reality, it may not just be the person you're wanting to separate from. So don't jump the gun with early in the week here with this first aspect. Try to look at it this way. You might want to separate or divorce yourself from patterns that don't work, that hasn't worked in the past. If you can focus on it, you might still be able to save what you have in your relationship and make that work for you, right? Look at all the good stuff, all the genuine stuff, the foundation, all that you have invested with time and emotion. You don't want to throw that to the winds if there's still something solid. But yes, something does need to go, so just don't throw the baby out with the bathwater here early weekend. If that did happen, well, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday could be really good days to revisit that and talk about all the positive things that your relationship does hold, right? So that you can work it through. But then we have on Thursday, the moon being square Mars. It might still feel a little bit like things are on a bumpy road, but the energy is there. Use that energy constructively so it doesn't work against you. Sometimes when we don't channel our energies right, it comes out in frustration and anger and so forth, and we just blow up all over the place. What is that? That's pent up energies because, why? We haven't channeled them, meaning we haven't expressed them. If you're just allowing your emotions throughout this week to bottle up, well, then, yes, we can see maybe Thursday is going to be one of those days where it's all going to come out. But if you were wise, using the energy of Tuesday and Wednesday to start talking, you might save a whole lot. But you could still work it on Thursday and Friday. I feel that you can find middle grounds. Now, if somebody's angry, ask them why instead of just reacting. Ask them why. Why are you angry? What can I do for you? How can I help you with this? Whatever. Because anger is only when we have a lack of words. When there's no more words to say, it just comes as a blowout, right? So find your grounding, find your words. Trust that the moon right now, here Thursday, Friday, is in the sign of Taurus, which allows us to find that centeredness, that groundness. Go put your feet out on the bare ground. For those of you still living in the warmer parts of the States, of course, I have heard there is snow up in the northern parts. So, but still, just find your grounding. And if this is something you definitely want, you can process it, you can work it. It's all about communication and how you communicate. There's a lot of depth in this, and it's also because Mercury here this week will allow you to process those deeper realms, the aspect that it has to Pluto there. That's all about transformation. So what we have essentially a week where we're going to feel, we're going to react, we're going to have unexpected situations that might blow up on us, and we just always do want to trust the universe in the sense that it will never separate something that is positive and good and great for us. We have that full moon there on Wednesday, so sure, our emotions are really going to be running quite high, right? And but we do want to trust that whatever needs to go is for the higher good of everybody involved. But I see that there is relationships there that are still good, that are still solid, and we have to maintain faith and strengthen those relationships and be willing to work it, not just trust it's going to fall in place all on its own, but we got to put that effort forward. We have to dare to do what? We have to dare to be open, listen to our heart, be true to ourselves, and to dare speak and share that truth, okay? So this is really going to be a test on you guys, and I can tell you right now, I can see who my clients are going to be this week. I think the phone is going to be ringing off the hook as far as relationship goes, and also money matters. So that being said, I'm always here for you. Just find me on Facebook and we can talk right there off of Messenger, right? But when we do look at the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, well, I can say there could be an opportunity, and that opportunity could show up for you from the past. It could be a job opportunity, maybe something you applied for and didn't go through. Maybe now you could come to hear from that company. So it could be your application. Some of you might even find yourself looking for a new job right now, and in spite of Venus being retrograde, doesn't mean that it has to be a bad time. What it does mean, though, it's not the perfect time to apply for new jobs, Unless it is a company from the past, then that should be pretty much okay, though. If not, for those of you really looking for a new job and want to put out new applications, I would wait just to have Venus with you on your best side. That doesn't mean you can't start researching. It's a great time, everyone. I just want you to know that. It's a great time to do your research for those things that are important to you, the things that you're wanting to change up in your life. I know a lot of you are looking into your financial situation at this time and seeing how you could improve it, right? Maybe there has been a lot of squandering of your finances, and trying to get your ducks in a row and seeing how you could create better savings, or investments and those things. I think all that is really perfect because Venus does rule money as well, right? But yeah, Friday and Saturday, I feel as we're coming to the end of the week, what you can do and where you can really use the best of your energy is to, after having had such a busy week, as it looks like, to try to find some time off, just to be social, do the things that you enjoy to do. It's time to be with friends and so forth. So it could be a great weekend for that, to do whatever social activities that you are, and try to not think too much about work and the burdens there. It's all about now just kind of recuperating, bringing everything together, because this is, in fact, a very important week for all of us, no matter what sign you're born in. But I'll be happy to check your charts if you will need that. You know exactly where to find me, right? So this is what I have for you this week. Again, leave your comments down below. Let me have your thoughts on how these transits are affecting you, right? Let's get some communication going upon that. And till next week, have a good one, stay safe, and see you soon.